Hi, this is Four Eyes. My name is Sam.
You always did when you were young. More tears, more fears, isn't what you'd expect. I know, and I was chasing it too. And every single morning when my memory fails, to reboot in the evening when I start again. My friends, this is the end. Growing up, or is this growing down like that boy you once knew? You've got hearts to find and legs to break. I know, and I was chasing it too. And every single morning when my memory fails, to reboot in the evening when I start a fire again. My friends, this is the end. And shit. To fold you out of line, the feeling's the same. Never thought that I don't mind the feeling these things. She's gone, but I could forget about us. Boy, I could be hung up. You're hurt to fold you out of line, the feeling's the same. Never thought that I don't mind feeling these things. And when she's gone, and I could forget about trust. Boy, and it doesn't get better than this.
The song survived 3 relationships and 4 share houses. It's called Petals by Tops.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All I wanna do let the petals fall away. All I wanna do is call your name. Last night on Earth today. I'll make it worthwhile if you promise to do the same. I saw your tail light in the corner of the window pane. And can you dig it that you were scratching the pain? Got a phone full of numbers and numbers full of names. No one to call, not much to say. let the petals fall away. All I wanna do is call your name and make it worthwhile. Inheritor of the shame, a disappointing where the light used to lay. It's long errors with someone else to blame. But disappointed if you never get your fame. Got a phone full of numbers and endless full of names. No one to call, not much to say. The petals find my way. All I wanna do is call your name.
Hey guys, you're watching your 6th Dream Jam. I'm with Sam. And we're going to ask some questions today. Thank you for having us in your bedroom. My first question is, why 3 M's and a full stop in Sam?
Dude, it really started off as more of a bit of an emo thing. Like, you know, when you're asked to do something or you're like sent a message and you reply maybe like yeah with 3 H's and a full stop, you're like kind of like yeah, it just felt right.
Yeah. You look
That's
like you've got some new tattoos. You want to tell us about the tattoos that you got?
I've got this one.
Yeah.
This is the most recent. This is Sinbad. It's the name of my first cat.
Sick.
But we got some other cool stuff on the back, which is
What does it say?
maybe a bit complicated. It says just cat things. And meow.
Sick.
Because I thought it was pretty funny. And I think that you pointed out before, the Cats Are Weird book that's sitting somewhere in the stack. And it was a book that I bought when I was 12, and it's just like a series of like 3x3 comics, like watercolor drawn cats in different scenarios. And this cat was based off one of them. So
That's so sick.
I think that they're cutie.
Yeah, they are cute. Do you have like you have your Mandarin tattoo as well?
I do have my 3 mandarins.
What's it about? What do you love about mandarins?
I'm a bit of a Mandarin man.
Mandarin
you know
man?
what I mean?
Yeah,
like
sick.
a Mandarin man. Like I like the time of the year, like around April, May through to like September. Everything gets a bit cooler in Brisbane. And it's also super nostalgic. Like I feel like things always happen around that time of the year for me. So probably the reason that I'm still like slightly healthy.
Tell us about your new EP.
My next EP, which will be my sophomore, is called Fresh Sheep Feeling. It's really about coming to terms with yourself, your relationships, but also maintaining the creature comforts and making sure that you're medicating the right amount of self-care without it becoming toxic.
So would you say like balance in life?
A very balanced.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that feeling when you wash your bed sheets and you jump straight into bed in your pajamas.
You're like, I'm looking after myself.
And you just like, it's a different kind of like high and a different kind of like warmth. That song was the last that I wrote off the piece of work, and it was really about believing in you.
Yeah. Would you say like backing yourself a bit?
Yeah.
And being like, yeah, like I'm good at this, like I can do it.
Or like I've been hit down, but I know that I can go wash my bed sheets and get into bed tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wake up tomorrow with like a fresh, like
Fuck yeah.
fresh mindset. Like
Yeah. What the song you performed for us, Four Eyes, what's it about? What does it mean to you?
It's a very interesting song. I wrote it over probably the period of a year and a half. I wrote the first, like the verse, break verse, and then I wrote the bridge a year later.
Whoa.
And it was in the middle of a breakup. So
Yeah.
I started writing the song at the start of a relationship.
Yeah.
And then I finished writing the song in a period that I was broken up from my partner.
So you like pieced
And
it together?
so it was pieced together, but it was like the nostalgia of just falling in love again, but with a bit more intensity, and there's a lot more depth and layers as you grow older with meeting new partners and new people.
Yeah.
That sometimes you might not even be conscious about how you're perceiving it.
Yeah.
Humans might look down at other people's ideals for their habits or their way of life for reasons that are completely unreasonable.
Yeah. You're quite like animated when you perform, like you seem like you give like all of yourself when you're performing, and I like often find myself like transfixed. Like I think I went to one of your gigs like last year in October, and I was just like, I just fucking loved it.
I'm stoked that you really enjoyed one of my shows too. Like that.
That's why I picked you. I
like,
feel good.
I was just like, It's always been a love-hate balance.
Yeah, of course.
Of like revisiting topics, and like I write music as a time capsule. And it started off as writing it for myself to remind myself where I've been and to remind myself where I can go.
Yeah.
As I've grown a bit older, I feel that it's really just expressing emotions, and I really hope that it can engage with other people and help them deal with the similar emotion that I've been dealing with. Playing on stage, from cutting my teeth, playing like punk music in a two-piece, like drinking a case of beer, and then like playing the opening act in like the 4ZZZ car park so I could get to work on time.
Yeah.
And then showing to work plastered after playing a show, and having that intensity of carrying the weight in two-piece, and then over the last 3 years trying to constrain and express myself at the right moments. I feel like I have a lot more control over myself, but I can express myself more freely within that control.
Yeah, I feel like with anything, especially like as you get older, you're growing, and like as you're performing, I feel like you're growing, and like
I feel like that's what life's about, is just exploring different parts and trying to push our comfort zones a little bit, while staying true to our beliefs, which are constantly evolving and are completely fluid.
Yeah, like when did you start first playing music?
My mum had multiple homestay students from the high school I eventually ended up attending, and a lot of them played guitar. Like there were a lot of Spanish students, so the Interpilly High had a really good relationship in between like Mexico and Spain, and there's a lot of Chinese and Korean.
They taught Spanish at Indro, hey?
Yeah, I actually went to Indro on the Spanish immersion course and
Sick.
dropped out in group like 6.
That's still sick though, you know?
I couldn't handle it. It was too much, but it's just a really cool program. They'll play guitar, and they started to teach me things. I was really into music. I got exposed to music very early, like grew up watching Rage and video hits on Channel 10 in the morning. And I remember when Roller Coaster TV back in the day aired Feel Good Inc. It was a Feel Good Inc. film clip. I think it was back in 2001 or 2002.
Yeah.
And just like this spark. And it was every weekend, ABC, like JTV with the Doctor, like in the mornings. It was like crazy, man. And then Rage leading into that. And that kind of just stayed like a staple for, with the exchange students, a lot of them tended to play guitar. And they started teaching me early Metallica songs, which led on to Gorillaz songs, and then also like Papa Roach at the Drive-In, all this music that really based myself as an 11 or 12-year-old. Like at the Drive-In is definitely a huge influence for me, and I wouldn't have heard of that band if it wasn't for one of the students that had come through and stayed in my house for 6 months.
Thank you so much for answering all of our questions, letting us in your beautiful home. You've watched Jim Jams. I'm Georgia. This is Sam.
Hey. After you.